Hi, my name is Megan Atavle. I've been making interactive floor and wall experiences for probably about 20 years now. I started a company in 2010 providing free software for interactive projection in schools, and we have held to our commitment the entire time to never make a profit off of education. So you can still go to LUMOplay.com and you can download LUMOplay free, and it'll work with any projector. Today, I'm going to show you how I made this incredibly cute interactive wall. You can wipe frost away and see a giant penguin. Isn't he cute? He's great. So I'm going to teach you how to make this yourself. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Any sort of engagement you can give this video really helps us on our mission of keeping this type of experience and this type of software as affordable as possible for the people who really need it. So let's head over to my computer and I'll show you how I made a giant penguin appear on my wall. Hey buddy, you're so cute. Making a frost reveal effect with LUMOplay is relatively simple. You only have a few elements that you need to prepare. One is a background video, and I personally really like using a mask, but that's basically it. So I'm going to make a quick frost reveal effect right now, just so you can see how easy it is. I've launched LUMOplay. I'm using LUMOplay Maker, which is the tier intended for agencies and creatives who make a lot of custom content. You can do a pay-as-you-go content creation plan. So if you use the LUMOplay ground license, which is priced at cost, so what you're paying is what it costs us to keep the license supported, you can just pay for the content as you make it. And I believe the price as of right now, June 2025, it's around $80 to publish an app that you make with Motion Maker. If you have the Playmaker tier, that fee is waived. So if you're an agency and you're making a lot of content for events, or you run a play center and you want to be able to do, birthday parties and things like that, where you're making custom experiences for special events or as part of your service offering, then LUMOplay Maker is the license that you want to get, because that means you won't have to pay a fee every single time you make something. I'm going to go into Motion Maker and I'm going to select the Frost Reveal template. I'm just going to click Create. And a quick note on preparing your graphics for any of the Motion Maker templates: if you are designing your experience on a computer that is not your final installation computer, you just need to make sure that the display size and resolution matches the projector or display that you're using in your final installation. So for me, I like to design all of my stuff at 1920 by 1200 because all of my projectors are a 16 by 10 aspect ratio, so I know that that's going to work. But you should double check, and the way that you do that just very quickly is just right click anywhere on your desktop. So I'll have to get out of this for a second. So right click anywhere on your desktop and go to display settings, and you'll be able to see 1920 by 1200 is what I have mine set to, because I know that that is the size of the projector where this is going to live ultimately. And so you should do that on both your design computer and on your final installation computer, and just make sure that they match. And that's all you need to know about setting your sizes. I'm going to go back in and edit this. I'm going to start with naming my effect. I'm calling this one Penguin Surprise, and you'll find out why in a minute. And then for overlays, I'm going to get rid of the default overlay, which is a window shape, and I'm going to replace that with this mask that I made, which is little blocks of ice just around the edges. And that's all I'm doing for this. If you want, you can also add idles, so an animation that shows up and disappears when somebody starts playing, or logos in the overlay section. For the background, I'm just going to upload a video that I made. I found this super cute video of a penguin swimming up to an underwater camera. And so that's the video I'm going to use. I looped it, so the video itself I think was only about 15 seconds long. I created a loop with it that allows the video to play for 3 minutes, because we find with shorter videos sometimes it can sort of stutter. And then I added underwater sounds to it so that the effect would have kind of more underwater ambience. And that's it for the background video. For the snow, now obviously it doesn't normally snow, so I could just turn the amount all the way down and have no snow. But what I really like to do with the snow effect is have just a little bit, because I think it does add something having those little blurry motions. And I'm going to turn the gravity way down so that it just falls nice and slow, and it's just a tiny little effect on top of everything else. And then I'm going to go into the frost. And the frost is obviously this frosty image that appears, and you wipe it away to reveal the video behind it. And what I find is that with effects like this, where I'm revealing an animal, I like the frost to stay melted for a little bit longer. So I'm going to turn this growth time a little bit longer so that it takes longer for the frost to grow back. And that allows me to reveal the whole image and see the penguin in its entire loop before all of the frost comes back. And this is an excellent way to bring animal interactions into places like museums and science centers, where you may not be able to actually host the animal, but it still gives children and families a chance to sort of feel like they're interacting with a wild animal without having to actually deal with the smell of a penguin. I don't know if you've ever smelled a penguin, but they don't smell good. And that's it. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to close this, and it will save with a nice little thumbnail so I know what the app looks like. And then I'm just going to click publish, and it will ask me if I'm ready to publish my app. Once you click publish, you cannot edit the app anymore. So if you still have changes to make, don't publish your app. Just keep it as a draft, and you can keep editing it and testing it. Once you're ready and your changes are all finalized, you can click OK. And it'll upload that app to our server, apply all of the vision code, and put it into your account so that you can use it on any installation that you own. Especially when you're using a long video, sometimes it can take a little while for the app to upload, but it's generally pretty quick. We do have a limit of file size limit, so if you try to upload an app and you're finding you're having some trouble, you should double check your file sizes. In total, all of your graphics and video need to be under 2 gigabytes. We prefer if it's under 1 gigabyte. Again, this costs us money every time somebody uploads or downloads anything. So my videos, I aim for about 3-minute long loops under 250 megabytes. So if you have any questions about how to achieve that, how to make your videos, what kind of compression to use, just leave a comment and I'll be happy to point you in the direction of the article that deals with what kinds of assets you can use with LUMOplay and how to prepare them. Once your app is downloaded, you'll get this message, and you can just click OK and go into your apps folder and do a quick search for the name, and it might take a second to show up. So my draft, that message was telling me my draft has been deleted because the app has been published, and now I can see my app. If you wait for a little while and you haven't seen it, you can click this reload button. That'll connect to our server. That can sometimes happen if your internet connection is not super persistent. So sometimes just forcing a reload will allow you to see an app that you've just published. And you'll need to download that app to every installation that you want to use the app on, and it will be available in all of your LUMOplay installations. So it's downloading now to my Surface, and I'm going to download it to my wall, and it's going to be a lot of fun to play with. So now that it's downloaded, I can just launch it and it'll show up on my screen, and I can play with this penguin all day long. I hope you enjoyed watching how this cool effect was made and that it inspired you to try and make something yourself. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at info@lumoplay.com or leave a comment on this video. If you really like what we're doing, please hit like, hit subscribe, share this with your friends. We really want to get the word out about LUMOplay so that we can help more people create really fantastic experiences. I'll see you next week with another tutorial.